Shalom, everybody, and welcome back to our reading. Today we're going to continue with Genesis 25, or Bereshith 25. And if we remember where we left off on 24, Isaac had just got himself a wife, and he has Rebekah. And basically he found comfort with her after his mother Sarah's death. And we continue. And Abraham took another wife, whose name was Keturah, and she bore him Zimran, and Yashan, and Medan, and Midian, and Ishbag, and Shawah, and Yogsham brought forth Sheba and Dedan, and the sons of Dedan were Asheram and Let Ashram and Leumnan, and the sons of Midian were Epath and Epher and Hanuk and Abidah and Eldah, and these were the children of Keturah. Yes, and I completely slaughtered all those Hebrew words, and I do apologize. I actually should have been a little bit more prepared. I should have actually had the translations of the Hebrew so we could have read them. I may actually cut in a little piece. You know what? I don't do a lot of editing with my Bible videos. I'll cut out like coughing and stuff like that. Last week, I did cut out a bunch because I had a coughing fit. But hydrate! There we go. So, after I've destroyed those Hebrew words, we will continue to do better. But the sons of the concubines whom Abram had, Abram gave gifts while he was still living, and sent them away from his son Isaac eastward to the land of the east. And these are all the years of Abraham's life, which he loved, 175 years. And Abraham breathed. And Abraham breathed? No, it was breathed his last. And Abraham breathed his last and died in a good old age, and satisfied, and was gathered to his people. I actually love that saying. He was gathered to his people. I like that. I always have. It's just, yes. And his sons, Yishak and Ishmael. No, this is a different Ishmael. And his sons, rewind. And his sons, Isaac and Ishmael, buried him in a cave of Machpelah, which is before Mamre, in the field of Ephron, son of Zohar, the Hittite. So if we remember, he's being buried with his wife Sarah. We remember from the last the whole argument of what's 400 shekels of silver between you and me? Yeah, so we can go back to that. So here's something interesting. So we have a glimpse. Ishmael and Isaac were together. You remember, these two did not get along. They didn't get along whatsoever. But they're here to bury their father. What is very often overlooked is the golfers. Please excuse them. What is often overlooked is at the appointed times. Well, this is Abraham. We really didn't have Pesach yet. But we still had appointed feasts. Though the law hadn't been codified, they were still gathering for those feasts. They were still at appointed times. They were getting together. How do we know? Because the appointed times by the sun and the moon, we know when these happen. So there wasn't a complete division where they never stood together. Something to keep in mind. And I lost my place. Please bear with me. Sorry. And his sons, Isaac and Ishmael, buried him. We are on 25:10. The field which Abraham purchased from the sons of Heth, where Abraham was buried with Sarah his wife. And it came to be after the death of Abraham that Elohim blessed his son, Isaac. And Isaac dwelt in Beer Lahai Rohai. And this is the genealogy of Ishmael, Abraham's son, whom Hagar, the Mitzrite, Sarah's female servant, bore to Abraham. And these were the names of the son of Ishmael by their names according to their generations, the firstborn of Ishmael. We're going to slaughter these Hebrew words, and I do apologize. Nebaioth and Kedar and Abibel and Mibsam and Mishma and Dumah and Massa, Hadar and Tema, Yetur, Naphish, and Kedema. These were the sons of Ishmael, and these were their names by their towns and their settlements, 12 chiefs according to their tribes. Ishmael has 12 chiefs. Interesting. And these were the years of the life of Ishmael, 137 years. And he breathed his last and died and was gathered to his people. There we go again. He was gathered to his people. Love it. And they dwelt in Hawalaha, as far as Shur, which is set east, which is east of Mitzrayim, Egypt. As you go toward Ashur, he settled before all his brothers, and this is the genealogy of Isaac, Abraham's son, brought forth. 25:19, and Isaac was 25:19. And the genealogy of Isaac, Abraham's son. Abraham brought forth Isaac, and Isaac was 40 years old when he took Rebekah as a wife, the daughter of Bethuel the Aramean of Padan Aram, the sister of Laban the Aramean. And Isaac prayed to Yah for his wife because she was barren. And Yahweh answered his prayer. And Ribkah, we're not going to say Rebekah, it's Ribkah, his wife, conceived. And within her, the children struggled together. And she said, if all is right, why am I this way? And she went to ask Yahweh. And Yahweh said to her, 2 nations are in your womb, and 2 peoples shall be separated from your body, and one people shall be stronger than the other, and the older will serve the younger. That's some prophetic stuff right there. And when the days were filled for her to give birth, and see, twins were in her womb, and the first came out red all over like a hairy garment, so they called his name Esau. And afterward his brother came out with his hand holding to Esau's heel. So his name was called Jacob, Jacob. And Isaac was 60 years old when she bore them. And the boys grew up, and Esau became a man knowing how to hunt, a man of the field, while Jacob, was a complete man, dwelling in tents. And Isaac loved Esau because he ate of his wild game, but Ribkah loved Jacob. And Jacob cooked a stew, and Esau came from the field, and he was weary. And Esau said to Jacob, please feed me with that same red stew, for I am weary. That is why his name was called Edom. But Jacob said, sell me your birthright today. And Esau said, look, I'm going to die, So why should I have a birthright? And Jacob said, swear to me today. And he swore to him and sold his birthright to Jacob. Jacob then gave Esau bread and stew of lentils, and he ate and drank and rose up and left. Thus Esau despised his birthright. We're going to stop there with 25. So we're going to deviate from a little bit of the norm here. Well, we actually do kind of continue. Why was Esau in such a hurry to sell his birthright? Well, if you look at some of the non-canonicals, we kind of get an understanding and a little extension of that story. It gives you the meat of the Bible. So the Bible is the bones. Esau had just killed Nimrod, as it has been written. We're not going to say this is written in stone, but Esau just killed Nimrod and took from Nimrod Adam's robes. Yes, Adam stole his robes. He was being pursued by 3,000 soldiers of Nimrod. And he's like, look, man, these guys are hunting me. I'm going to die anyways here. Just give me some food. I'm starving. I haven't eaten in weeks. I haven't eaten in days. I've been living off the land. Just give me a real food. Fine, have my birthright. So he sells it. Later on, we see, without telling more of the story, it really expands into that division and some shenanigans, some, little bit of deceit from Jacob, as we go on. Next week is 26. That's a much longer much longer chapter. We will go on with that one next week. But as always, thank you so much. May you be blessed all week. Till next time, thank you. And before I completely check out, yes, as you can see, rain has returned to the PNW. Yes. We haven't had rain really here in quite some time. So this has been going on since most of last night, I think. So we finally have some moisture. I know some people are like cringing over that word, but we're finally getting some rain. And it's a nice cool, yes, I'm wearing the hoodie. Not full, it's not super cold yet, but I did have to don the hoodie today because it's got to keep the head warm and all that. But hopefully you enjoyed not so much the racing cars, but you enjoyed the nice wet weather. I know, I'm enjoying it. But with that, everybody, blessings, shalom. Till next week, shalom, shalom.